all beauty enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the world of skincare with a spotlight on Lisse Body Butter. It's packed with nourishing ingredients like aloe vera apple extract, arnica extract, and more. Let's start with aloe vera, a natural moisturizer that also has anti-inflammatory properties. Then there's apple extract, rich in antioxidants that help with skin firmness and elasticity. Next up is arnica extract, known for its soothing effects on the skin. Coconut oil, a staple in skincare products, is next on our list. It's known for its hydrating and nourishing properties. And who doesn't love cocoa butter? It nourishes and hydrates your skin while providing a delightful sensation. Dimethicone is an essential ingredient for a smooth application and silky feel on your skin. Last but not least is lavender essential oil, known to promote relaxation and provide calming effects on the skin. So there you have it, the Lisse Body Butter promises some serious skincare benefits backed by these natural ingredients.
Hi, I'm Monica with Leopard Skincare at its purest. Welcome back to our Roku channel. Today I'm going to be formulating Lisse Body Butter, and we're going to begin with the water phase. I'm going to go ahead and put a humectant in, which is propylene guide clove. Thank you for watching our demo previous to this. I've already got my formulation ready, and I already know what I'm going to be putting in here. Again, I'm not just putting ingredients into the equation. I also calculate everything before I create. This is a water-soluble ingredient, the humectant. Leaves your skin nice and soft. Next, I'm going to be using yogurt filarate, and this is for anti-aging. If you think that your body does not need an anti-aging property ingredient into its formulation, you are dead wrong, because we have aging in our face as well as in the body. You want a youthful skin, healthy and youthful. We do want to target any kind of wrinkles on the skin as well. So that is why I'm going to incorporate this into our body butter, yogurt filarate. This is a water soluble as well, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in the water phase. Next, I'm going to be putting apple fruit extract into this. This is an amazing ingredient as well. Just going to go ahead and begin doing this. I'm going to go ahead and incorporate my D-L-Pathanol. This is B3. I always want to put vitamins into my body butters as well, because these are nutrients for your skin. These are already pre-calculated as well. I'm also going to be adding in my coconut powder extract as well. I want to make sure that I add this in because this is a conditioner to your skin and we need this, its nutrients. Now I'm going to add this. I'm just letting those ingredients incorporate before we move on to adding in our thickener. As mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and, this is a polymer thickener. It's an emulsifier. It's an emollient as well. It's going to thicken our body butter and give it a beautiful thick viscosity, but it's also an emollient and great for the skin as well. I'm going to go ahead and incorporate this into my formulation right now. These are two different phases that I'm going to be doing, and it's a white substance here. At the same time as that's going, I'm going to go ahead and do our oil phase. I have two different thickeners, which are emulsifiers. It's going to bind the water together as well. They are emollients. I'm going to be using coconut fractionate oil. Because of the butter that we are using today, I chose this. I am going to be using dimethicone, which is a silicone, and it actually is really silky and soothing on your skin, long lasting. So I'm going to add that into my equation. And my oil phase that is going to be heated. This stuff really makes your skin feel silky and smooth all day long. And you don't need very much of it. Very potent ingredient. The next ingredient I shall be incorporating is actually our butter. This is cocoa butter. This is an antioxidant. Oh, and it feels great on the skin as well. There's lots of, it's a deep moisturizing, hydrating ingredient. Don't need very much butters. You have to be very careful when formulating butters. More often than not, I'd be watching TikTok and they're just putting poodles and butters, like using this whole thing on a body butter for small batches, as well as oil. What can happen in those situations is you begin to have a skin condition. You clog your pores. You're going to actually have advanced acne as a result of doing that. So you have to be very careful in your calculations. You don't need very much butter. In fact, that's all the butter I'm going to add into my heating phase, which is called the oil phase. And if you look, you can see that's all it takes right there. to have an awesome product, finished product. So I'm going to go ahead and get this on the heating phase. Just one moment as we go back to this in a moment. So now we're going to go ahead and check on my water phase. And let's have a look at what it looks like now. As you can see, it's actually thickened up nicely. This has the DL-pathanol in it. It has the propylene glycol. It has the polymer, apple fruit extract, coconut extract. And this is my water phase, and this is what it looks like. Very soothing. If you can get a good look at it. See that? It's nice and thick. The viscosity is where I actually wanted this product at. When I pour in this water phase into the oil phase, it's going to be beautiful at the end. And I will show you the final product. But this is the polymer that I've added to it. And I'm going to show you the final product form. So this is our final product form of the Lisse Body Butter. This is when after I incorporate the water phase into the oil phase and I go ahead and put it through my emulsion. This is what it looks like. Nice. This is beautiful. Exactly what I wanted. Lovely body butter. Feels amazing in your skin. Leaves your skin soft all day long. It's amazing. This is one of our favorite body butters. It's nice and milky, soothing to the skin. The viscosity is very nice as well. Let me put some on my skin just so you can have a look at the final form of the product on the skin itself. So if I add and apply just a little bit here, I'm just going to add a little bit and show you. Look how nice that goes right into my skin. Feels so silky and soft and makes your skin feel beautiful. So that is it for this week's episode. Thank you for joining us. Next week, I will be doing our moisturizer. And let me give you a sneak peek at this really quick. This is our new product release that I will be doing for next week's moisturizer. I will be formulating this amazing product. So thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you.
Welcome to the Purge Network, and you are currently in the Irresistible Kitchen, and we are super excited to have you today as we go through making a nut-free soap for sensitive skin. This is going to be a really simplistic recipe in terms of making soap, but we are going to have some beautiful additives. But let's start and go over the ingredients. And so the first thing that I have is some babasu oil here. It's a nice little part of the recipe that's going to help with hardness in the soap. It's going to help with conditioning in the soap. It's also going to help with the bubble power in the soap. Next, we have our mango butter, And again, it's a nut free, so none of these things come from like a nut plant, kind of like if you're familiar with like shea butter or castor oil, those are nut oils, but this is a nut free for the people who have allergies with nuts. Here is the mango butter. This is going to help with hardness, and it's also going to help with the longevity of the soap and the conditioning power. Next we have jojoba oil, and this is really, its main purpose is conditioning. We're going to really boost up that creamy conditioning consistency in the soap. I personally love a creamy conditioning lathering bar, so I'm going to always bump up my conditioning and my bubble. Then we have olive oil. Now, olive oil is kind of a soap staple in my opinion, but you hang out with us long enough, you'll see it in quite a few recipes. But this is going to help with longevity. This is going to help with the conditioning as well, and even help with the hardness too. Now, I'm going to do some oatmeal and some honey. So I have my colloidal oats right here. Then I have my powdered honey here. And I will show you in a second what we're going to do with those as we progress. I've got my distilled water. Okay, all right. And then I've got my sodium hydroxide. Okay, and let's talk about this a little bit. Sodium hydroxide is known as lye, and people know it to be a caustic chemical or caustic soda. And let me explain this to you real quick before we get started. People always say, how is your soap natural when you use lye? Okay, the definition of soap is natural carrier oils combined with sodium hydroxide. And you can Google it. Like if you got a phone, pull it out right now and Google what is a soap. And it's going to say carrier oils and sodium hydroxide. Anything outside of that is considered a detergent. So when you go to the store and you pick up a bar of soap on the shelf and you flip it around, if you don't see oils that you're familiar with as well as sodium hydroxide, you're looking at a detergent or what's called a scented bar. Okay, it's not a natural soap or a true soap. But let's talk about sodium hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide, like I said before, is also known as lye. Yes, if you're thinking, isn't that what cleans our drains? Yes, it is. However, when you combine sodium hydroxide with these natural carrier oils and water, and you let your soap sit for 6 weeks, there's a chemical process that happens where at the end of the 6 weeks, all that's left is sodium. And just in case you don't know what sodium is, it's just salt. So once the two products combine, over the course of 6 weeks, the hydroxide falls off, which in the end gives you 100% natural product. Okay? All right. However, before we start, we gotta get some soap safety. So usually you will have safety goggles, but I have glasses, so I don't need to put on my safety goggles. You also need long sleeves. If you don't have long sleeves, that's completely fine. You need to put on soap sleeves, and let me get some gloves. All right. Now I can put on my soap sleeves because they go on over the gloves. So. You want to put your soap sleeves on so that your arms are protected. Okay. Because you're dealing with lye. All right, so now I'm all protected, got my goggles on, got my gloves on, ready to go. So the first thing we have to do to get started, you need a little mask too. Feel free to go get one of those fancy ones from Home Depot with the number on it, the N95. But I've got my fan going and my window open. You need to make sure you have some aeration in your space, okay? You need to ensure that. So the first thing I'm going to do is pour my lye into my water. Never your water into your lye. And we're going to call this the prep stage. Okay, you want to make sure you pour all this in there. And you want to stir Make sure the granules are not sticking to the bottom, because sometimes they'll stick to the bottom and you'll get like a brick of lye that you really can't do anything with. So whisk it really well. And I'm going to set this off to the side. I just want to dilute I like to use powdered honey versus regular honey, because regular honey has a tendency to heat up soap, and I don't want my soap to heat up. I feel crazy. Sorry guys. Wrong attachment. I was definitely ready to make soap. Alright, there. I'm gonna add, so I've got my honey there already made. Alright, now next what we have to do is heat up our oil. So here's my hot plate. I'm going to go ahead and first put in the mango butter because it's the hardest. Okay. And that's going to heat up a little bit and melt down. I'm going to go ahead and add my babasu. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right, and we're just gonna wait for it to melt down and we'll be good to go. Okay, we're back, and what we definitely want to do now is our oils are melted. Well, the hard oils are melted here. So we're gonna go ahead and pour them into the mixing bowl. And if you hang around, you guys will probably get annoyed with my OCD on just ensuring that I have every drop out of my canisters. Now, this was my mango and my babasu oil. Remember our jojoba? We need to go ahead and add that. Okay. So at this point, it is literally just an oil party right now. Okay. And then last but certainly not least, our olive oil. And when it comes to soap making, you need to ensure that, kind of like how I have the 4 oils, that each oil has one dominant ability. Like one of my oils was hardness, but it also helps with bubbles. It needs to have one primary focus, that you have a really well rounded bar. So here are all my oils right here. Here is my lye. I need to temperature test and make sure that they're within 10 degrees of each other. Okay. My lye needs about 10 more minutes to cool down. So we're just gonna take a little break and give it 10 minutes and we'll be right back. All right, and so now we are ready get it moving. Okay, so we have our lye solution here. Okay, and I just want to show you guys that it's clear now. Okay, it was cloudy going over there. It's clear now. So we're going to come over here and we're going to pour. And then here is my favorite part. We use our emulsifying blender here. And you just want to blend it. Now you can watch the color differentiation here. And you guys are getting you guys are gonna get two different angles, which I love, which is what happens from the top and then what happens from the side. Now, this is what's called trace. Okay, and trace is when you add all your extra stuff, which we're gonna go ahead and add our honey. Okay. And then we're gonna add our colloidal oats. Okay. Now here's the thing about trace. The more you use your blender, this right here, the stiffer the batter gets. Now because I'm not adding any fragrance, I don't need to use this blender anymore. If I was adding in fragrance, I would need to use this blender to do that. Right now, I'm just gonna take my whisk here and whisk in the oatmeal. Whisk the honey in. I'm just gonna whisk everything in. Okay, because this is a simple soap, right? Got that up here. Now, here's my mold. Gonna straight it out here. And I am just going to pour my soap into my mold. Okay? That's what I have there. That's what I'm going to do. Now, I see right now that I have some extra here. Move this over. And I may have enough for a whole separate mold. Let's see. Make sure I get all the batter out. And this is the mold that you guys saw a few seconds ago. I have to get one that's a little smaller. If you can tell, it's just a little smaller here. I really like my bars to be a certain height and everything. Okay. So here we go. Smooth my top just a little. Just want to keep my design simplistic. So you've got this one right here. It's going to make about a nice 10 bars, okay? And then this one's going to give me a beautiful 8. This is unscented. It is a nut-free sensitive oatmeal and honey bar. Okay, it has no scent whatsoever, no essential oils, nothing. You saw what we put in here today. It was just the mango butter, babasu, the jojoba, the olive oil. We went ahead and added some honey, and we added some colloidal oats, and that was it. Keeping it very, very simple, guys, and just to think about what you are putting on your skin. These are all things you can run to your store for the most part and get today, including the lot. You can go to like a Home Depot or a what's the other one? I hate going to those stores. I'm allergic to them. I call them the man stores. But the Lowe's and the Home Depot, you can go there and get you a small thing of lye. And I mean, anyone could do this. Anyone. Now again, my name is Autumn, and my brand is Irresistible Naturals. So you are in the Irresistible Naturals kitchen today. You can find any of, especially this product right here. You can find any of my soaps that I make on irnaturals.com. That's what you see on my shirt, irnaturals.com. And that goes the same for all my social media handles. And again, thank you, Robin and Monica and the Lisse Body Network for allowing me to showcase my super skills. And I hope to see you again.